Um, I guess while I'm doing this, I might as well give you guys, I was going to turn this into a video, but since there's, like, nothing going on, I might as well give you guys my list of my best and worst games of 2025 that I played. Sorry, let me open up my notes. I made a list of this. So some honorable mentions. These are either games that I didn't play, but I feel like they would be on the list if I did, or games that I just didn't get far enough into, like, get a definitive opinion on. I'll give some quick thoughts. This for the best is Chronos: The New Dawn. I just started playing that yesterday. Got a couple hours in there. Okay, perfect. Oh, I gotta go over there. But it's fun. Silent Hill F and Death Stranding 2, two games I did not get to play. What else? Amnesia: The Dark Descent, I only played a little bit of, but I did love what I played. It was terrifying, and I love terrifying games, so... Okami HD, played a little bit of that. That's an honorable mention just because I think it's good enough, but it just didn't make the list. Cuphead, same with Cuphead. Resident Evil 1 as well, very good, just didn't make the list. It just got beat out by some other stuff. Dead Space 2008, just haven't played enough of that yet. My only rules for this list is that I must have started it or played the majority of it in 2025. It does not have... Okay. Does not have to have been released in 2025. Just have to have played the majority of it in 2025. And I have to have played whatever I deem to be fair enough. I don't have to have beaten it. I just have to have played enough. Whatever I deem to be enough, to be more specific. Die, please. Thank you. So with that, coming in at number 10, we have Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm only like 3/5 of the way through the game. But everything I have played, I have absolutely loved. So, yeah. I don't know, just the sense of exploration and scale combined with just the freedom of gameplay is something that I really value, and I find that to be where Tears of the Kingdom excels in, specifically just the amount of freedom you have to solve problems. Spec Ops: The Line is at number 9. It was a great deconstruction of the military shooter genre, as well as player agency and choice. While the mechanics were just a little bit bland, I do think that everything else about the game, including the storytelling and the acting, were just phenomenal. And I just really love it. Like, Spec Ops was great. Spec Ops is a much better military shooter than this. It was so much better. Holy shit. Number 8 was Celeste. Celeste was really good. I just really love Celeste. Oh, story time. Locking in. But yeah, Celeste was great. Just the platforming, the difficulty. I hated that Ghost Hotel so much, but like by hate, I mean I loved it. It was just so good. But yeah, Celeste was great. It's one of the best 2D platformers I think I've ever played. Just the way that every single mechanic comes together, especially in that end sequence, that just masterfully crafted, like full end. I don't know, it's been so long since I played it, but it is just so perfectly done that I can't stress enough how if you haven't played Celeste, you should go play Celeste. It is just it is truly that good. And the story really connected with me. Specifically, it was just great. What the fuck? Number 7 is Donkey Kong Country, the original. I don't really know what else to say. It was just, I was hooked for like the week that I played that. Number 6 is Hades 2. I got that for Christmas, and I played the shit out of it though when I got it. I haven't beat it yet. I haven't even made it past Hecate yet, which is the first boss, but it is just one of those games where I'm sure this is going to be one of the best games I played this year. But it didn't make top 5. If I made this like later on in the year, or I played it earlier in the year and I like beat it, it probably could have very easily made top 5. Probably top 2, but it didn't. Not yet, at least. So, yeah.
Hey, so I'm editing the video here, and I just want to say, that Hades 2, I have gotten to the second boss. I've gotten to Scylla. I've gone like halfway through a fight. Maybe like 2/3, is the most I've done. But, I've gotten like 12 nights in, and I can confirm I would place it a lot fucking higher. I'd honestly put it at like 3, maybe 2, maybe 2. But yeah, so just shuffle everything down.
I just think that the art style of Hades 2, the characters, the writing, the voice acting, it's all on point. It's all great. But the gameplay specifically is so addictive. It is the perfect balance between fair and bullshit that'll have you like... It'll have you raging, but it won't have you raging at the game. It'll have you raging at yourself because you know any fuck up you make is entirely on you. And that's just awesome. To get mad, not even get mad at a game, get mad at yourself. And it pushes you to do better and constantly just try a little harder. And each run you get a little further and a little further, and it really all comes together to create like one of the best video game experiences I've had in a while. It's great. I don't know what else there's to say about it. It is just it's just great. Notice how this game I'm so checked out of it that that I'm talking about other games. Okay, time for our top 5. At number 5, we have Resident Evil 7. Now, if you guys saw my backlogged or letterboxed review, you know that I do have issues with this game. I think it's too easy, for one. I think that the horror, it gets significantly less scary. Well, not too easy. I think it gets way less scary immediately after you get the gun in, like, the first couple hours. Even when you just have the handgun, it's fine. But then you get the shotgun, and it's just nothing scary after that. Like, you'll get a jump scare, but you're never, like, scared. You're never, like, running out of ammo. You always have enough ammo to deal with everything, but at the same time, it's just so good. It's so well made. It's like a greatest hits of everything Resident Evil has ever done before. You've got... Not even that, sorry, no. That's more Village. It's just a greatest hits of horror. You got the Saw section. You got the creepy house that has some body horror stuff with the bugs. You have the classic Stalker walking simulator at the beginning. It's just... It's so masterfully done. That ship section, too. I love horror set on ships so much. It's just immaculately put together and is worth... definitely worth it. Coming in at number 4, we have Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was so excited to play that when that first dropped. That was, when that came out, I was enthralled for just the entirety of my playthrough. I was enamored. I was so hyped for it to come out. I grabbed it. And it was worth every penny to me. I played the shit out of it nonstop every day at work. I just could not stop thinking about, I want to get home, I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I did. I fucking loved every second of it. It was just so fucking good. I loved it. Everything. The destructible environments, the voice acting, Pauline's voice actor did an incredible job selling the character. The final boss, spoilers for Donkey Kong Bonanza, skip like 10 seconds, starting now. King K. Rool's in the game, and he's the final boss, and that was just such a hype moment as a longtime Donkey Kong fan to have him be back as the final boss. So that was just awesome. I just realized you can't really skip 10 seconds if this is a live stream. Only if this is a VOD. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza was just incredible, really immaculate. I struggle to describe it because it's that good. Number 3, my best games of the year. Alan Wake. Remastered specifically. Alan Wake's, it's hard to describe. I'm a big fan of survival horror, and I love storytelling in games. And Alan Wake kind of combines all of that together in a really interesting way to tell one of the most interesting stories I've experienced in a while. In my opinion, at least. It's just... It's a great game. I recommend everyone just go check it out. Words cannot do it justice. Check it out if you can. I have yet to play Alan Wake 2, but I am very excited for when I get the means to play it. Definitely my most anticipated game to play, like, probably ever. Aside from Resident Evil 9 coming out next year. That's at the top of my list of anticipated games. Number 2, indie horror game Sniper Killer. I was not expecting it to be this high on my list. Judged on the title alone. Based on the title alone, Sniper Killer, I did not expect to be such a hit for me. But it was. It was a hit in every sense of the word. It was another game where I just could not wait to get back home and play it. Every day, I just kept trying to play more. And yeah, I 100%ed it, which is very rare for me to do with the game. The storyline, once again, is there. I really do like the interconnected story that it weaves. The humor is there, too, which isn't something I typically look for in horror games. But the humor in Sniper Killer is definitely a major selling point as well. I would describe it as a comedy horror mystery. Is probably the best way to describe the game. Which may sound weird, because it is a very weird game. But I love weird games, so that's what made it work for me. It's pretty cheap on Steam as well, so if you want to go check it out, I highly recommend it.
More tangos coming in.
It is definitely a game that has to be experienced. And I think lesser of you if you don't walk away from that game at least chuckling once. It's very funny, and what's more impressive is that it goes back and forth from funny and scary almost seamlessly. Like, there was one point where the jump scare is funny, but it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying, and then it just immediately hits you with a joke. And then right after, it goes back to being funny again. It's this whole, like, amazing build-up for this one little joke jump scare. But it's so terrifying, and it's so just good. And it's not a walking simulator either. There is actual gameplay to it. The final boss is really fun. It took me a while to figure out how to beat it, because I'm a little stupid. But it's worth checking out. Highly recommend it. Above anything else. If you have to play one game this year, I would not be mad if you chose either that game or my number 1 game. Anyone want to guess what my number 1 game is, though? Madden 2026. You know, that is a good guess, Daniel. That is a very good guess. But unfortunately, you're wrong. It is the Resident Evil 2 remake as my number 1 greatest game of the year. Or best game that I played this year. It's definitely... I'd say it's the scariest game I've ever played. I first played it when I was 15 years old. I was gifted it by a friend. Not a friend, one of my mom's friends for helping out with her wedding. It was gifted to me for that reason. And I was just too scared to even complete the damn game. At first, Mr. X was just so terrifying to me because I could not get past the part with the helicopter where Mr. X is supposed to first appear, because I saw the Donkey video where he appears, and I was just so scared of Mr. X and being stalked constantly that I just could not get there. I stopped. So then this year, I finally picked it up and played it. I was terrified. I did Leon A, Claire B, because I wanted less Mr. X in my game. That's how scary he was to me, okay? And he still is. He was one of the only scary parts of the game for me. Oh, new achievement. 1% of gamers. 1% of gamers. Okay. I just think story-wise, I also played 3. 3 wasn't as scary. I think the story was more interesting, but story-wise, RE2 is exactly what it needs to be. It's perfect for what it sets out to do. I don't really have any gripes. I think Ada and Claire and Leon are all incredibly well written. I love the villains. I love Chief Irons as a villain. I don't know. It's just a perfect game to me. It's terrifying. The survival horror elements, the way that you have to navigate around the police station and everything like interconnects in such a special way, and you never feel annoyed when you have to backtrack. It's always like you dread doing it, but not because it's annoying, but because it's terrifying, and you know something will have changed if the game's making you go through there, but you never know what, and it's just so... It's just so incredible. And that's why Resident Evil 2 Remake is the best game that I played this year. Now for the 5 worst. Okay. Number 5. Well, no. My honorable mention for worst game of the year is Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm so sorry, okay? I was so excited for Legends ZA. I bought it weekend. I bought it and I pre-ordered the DLC. That's how certain I was that I was going to like the game. I thought I would love it so much that I pre-ordered the game. I think that is where the budget went. I think that all the budget went into the pre-rendered cutscenes with good skin. But Pokemon Legends ZA is almost made the list. I'd give it a solid 5 out of 10. And the reason for that 5 out of 10 is the Mega Raid battles are just so mind-numbingly boring. I cannot force myself to get through them. I'm just not having a good time. Like, I'm not even having that good of a time playing this, but I can get through it. I could not get through it. There are so many Mega Raid battles, and none of them are fun. I just could not do it. The rest of the game is fun enough. It's fun enough. It does what it has to do. It transforms the Pokemon battling enough to make it more interesting and not just the same stuff. But I just could not get through those mega battles, and I have yet to pick it up. I haven't picked it up since like around my birthday. I just can't. I think Roselia... I don't know. No, Roselia is in the game. But I just can't. So it's not on the list, but it is a very, very honorable mention. It's not close enough to being bad enough to be on the list. But yeah, top 5 worst games I played this year. Another Warzone map, awesome. So, what is the 5th worst game I played this year? That'd be Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. We all know it's bad, okay? We all know. We know it's too hard, too bullshit, too stupid. They didn't think it was, they thought it was too tough for a Western audience, so they didn't release it here until they gave it the name The Lost Levels. And they should have left it unreleased. I can see why nobody likes it. It's just not fun. I went through a thing where I played every 2D Mario, aside from New Super Mario Brothers 2. That's the only 2D Mario I have left to play. The Lost Levels is just bad. There's no redeeming quality aside from the fact that it has the same physics as Mario. But even then, it's the original Mario Brothers, which I mean, we all know it hasn't aged the best. It's the blueprint, okay?
Well, whoever it is has access to all our data.
It's a fine enough game, the original one, but Lost Levels is just not. It's not good. It's bad. It's awful. Number 4. This one might ruffle some feathers. Actually, these next 2 entries are going to ruffle some feathers. Back on ZA, though, I have 2 friends who think it should have been Game of the Year, and I don't know how to talk to them anymore. I feel like I just shouldn't talk to them. They said it got robbed from Game of the Year. Brothers, sisters, did we play the same game? Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is the 4th worst game I played this year. The only reason it's as high up on the list, because it kept crashing on me. It just wouldn't run. This is running on a Switch 2, by the way. So it should have had no reason to do all that. It wouldn't run. But more than that, it just wasn't fun. There was no interesting puzzle gameplay. The combat was so dumbed down, it makes what I'm playing right now feel like a masterpiece of action in comparison. It also felt sluggish and unresponsive. There were no puzzles. It was just combat after combat. The puzzle was just build one item. that was all the puzzles were, just build one thing. It did not feel like a Lego game. It felt like a generic third-person shooter with Lego attached to it, but not even a generic, a bad third-person shooter with Lego attached to it. And like I said, it couldn't crash, and I'm glad, because otherwise I would have tried to play more, because I paid $30 for that game. And the fact that it didn't work saved me from having to play more of that ass. I don't know, it's just a waste of $30, in my opinion. And I know the full game goes for 100, Canadian. I am Canadian. It's like $100 Canadian if you want everything in the bundle, so it is just not worth it. And I'm glad I at least got it at a discounted price, even if I don't think that discounted price was worth it at all. I think it's the worst Lego game. But then again, my favorite Lego game is Lego Jurassic World, so do with that information as you will, I suppose. I just don't think the Skywalker Saga is good at all. There's the only redeeming quality is that the shooting is shooting. It's not fun, but it's serviceable. Is the best I can say about it. I played a lot of good games this year. But yeah, so the ones that I did are, yeah. Entry number 3, this is also going to ruffle some feathers. Probably a lot more than, probably a lot more than number 4 is going to ruffle. This is going to ruffle the feathers of the 2 people watching the stream right now, potentially. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is my 3rd worst game of the year. I don't know what else to tell you aside from the fact that I thought this game just sucked. People told me, oh, this is going to be the Mario Kart killer. I like Mario Kart World. It didn't make my top 10, but I loved it when it came out. You know, I bought the Switch 2 at launch. Obviously, I'm biased, but, like, you know, I wanted the Sonic with an open mind. And what I got was one of the slowest, most sluggish-feeling racing experiences I've had in a while. I don't know what mass psychosis people are going through when they say that this game is better or even on par with Mario Kart World, when the game I played felt like it came out in 2003 on the... What's the shittiest console? What's the shittiest console I can think of right now? It felt like it came out for the Game Gear in the 2003, and I know the Game Gear, I don't think the Game Gear was operating in 2003. It just felt so horribly outdated. Nothing felt fun. I don't think I had an ounce of fun. The theme song was ass. And everyone, I felt insane, okay? Because everyone around me was glazing the shit out of this game. They were telling me, oh, it's so good. This is the Mario Kart killer. This is Sonic's new big racing game. This is awesome, dude. This is great. And then I kept playing it. I'm like, where is it? I kept trying to play it because I wanted to know what people were doing. I wanted to know what I was missing out on. What were they seeing? But I just couldn't see it. I couldn't find it anywhere. Everywhere I looked, it was just ass. Pile of ass after pile of ass. And eventually I just gave up because I couldn't take it anymore. There was too much ass on my screen. I felt like I was watching 50 Cent's Disco Inferno music video with how much ass was constantly on my screen. It was one of the most biggest disappointments I've had this year. Well, no, I wasn't expecting much, but it still counts as a disappointment. Yeah. Still, still better than number 2 and number 1 though. Number 2, I tried to play this game for the channel, but I gave up. It was just that bad for me. Some of you might recognize. It's Late Night DJ. Normally, I don't like putting indie games on these lists, okay? But Late Night DJ was just bad. It was broken. The sensitivity was awful. It scared me good, but the scare was broken. The phone was broken. And other than that, the games just wasn't very scary outside of that one jump scare. And then the game just broke like that. I just had to include it. I'm sorry. It was just... It's not worth it. It was free, and I still felt like I was kind of robbed. I will be nice, though, and I will say that to the developer of Late Night DJ, if you're watching, I hope you can learn from Late Night DJ, and I hope that your next game is a smash hit in the park. I really want the best for you. I just do not think Late Night DJ was it. But I think there is potential shown in the game, but what hurts most is that that potential is just buried underneath the broken mess of the game. And I really want to see you reach your full potential, developer, if you happen to be watching this. So, yeah. So, I mean, I already spoiled what my #1 worst game of this year is. It's Resident Evil 6. I have a lot to say about it. I think the writing, for one, is atrocious. It is so unbelievably misogynistic. I've never encountered something, a video game, as misogynistic as... Why is there a boxing ring here? What? As misogynistic as Resident Evil 6. You beat Leon's campaign, and there's a chapter called The Trouble with Women. That's the achievement you get. At the very end of the game, Leon goes, women. It's so strange to me. There's no subtlety whatsoever in the writing. The writing is all super on the nose. Like, a lot of this focuses on the writing. We're going to start with the writing. There's just no redeemable qualities to be found anywhere within the writing. The story is nonsensical. There's so much American imperialism and exceptionalism, with the whole, like, we have to save China, we have to save the world. Doesn't matter. It's just so much to describe. The plot makes no sense. Characters kind of just do things for the sake of, like, yeah, this needs to happen next, so a character's gonna argue at one point in Jake's campaign. They're like, hey guys, he's like, question this whole thing, spoilers? I don't care. Nobody cares about spoilers for Resident Evil 6. Jake is Albert Wesker's son, and this whole game he's been like, I'm a monster, I do bad things. And then people are like, and then he finds out that he's Wesker's son, and he's like, Pam, maybe that's why I'm bad, because it runs in the DNA. And then Sherry's like, you have to take responsibility for your own actions, you can't blame it on his father. He's been taking responsibility for the entire game, Sherry. I don't know why we're doing this. Chris Redfield, they ruined Chris. He talks to this woman at the beginning of the game and goes, your job is to pour me drinks and look pretty. Like, okay. Chris wouldn't say that. Chris loves women. Jill is nowhere to be found in the game. Claire is nowhere to be found in the game. At least to my knowledge that I remember, there's just every chapter has some sort of OC written into it. There are genuinely decent sacrifices at the end. Like, there's one decent moment at the end of Chris's campaign where the character, I forget his name, sacrifices himself for Chris, and it's really well done. Well, not really well done. It's done fine enough. But, yeah, it is just so bad. I don't think there's a single redeemable quality about the game whatsoever. At least writing-wise, aside from that brief section. Gameplay. Now let's talk about gameplay. This is not Resident Evil. This is a third-person action shooter. They try to be scary. Oh, sorry, another thing about the writing. They try to do this Mr. X character. There's like this industry plant tyrant. Resident Evil 2 had Mr. X. Resident Evil 3 had Nemesis. Resident Evil 6, they have Ustanak. for the life of me, I cannot tell you a single thing about Ustanaki. He's just not important at all. He's just kind of there to be like a Mr. X stand-in, except he doesn't have any of the premises, the premise of Mr. X or Nemesis, where, you know, the whole thing is that they're constantly stalking you, because he only shows up when the game needs him to show up. Kind of like Nemesis in the 3 remake, but at least Nemesis still felt somewhat unpredictable. You never knew when he was going to show up. With Ustanok, it's like, yep, you were still dreading Nemesis showing up because it's like he hasn't appeared in a while. With Ustanok, it's just like, okay, the best way to describe it, Mr. X and Nemesis showing up, when they show up, it's like, oh, great, this fucking guy. It's like, oh, fuck, this guy? This guy? What? When Ustanok shows up, it's, this guy? Really? You're annoyed. You're dreading his arrival, not because it's terrifying, but because it's annoying. And he doesn't even have that much gameplay going for him in the way that, like, a Mr. X or Nemesis has. He offers nothing to the gameplay. He offers nothing to the story. He's just an industry plan tyrant. He serves no purpose. But yeah, gameplay. Boss fights suck. Resident Evil has never had the greatest of boss fights. But holy shit is Resident Evil 6's boss fights. If they're not the worst boss fights in the damn series, I don't know what they are. I don't know what on earth you could even call them. They are just... They're not fun, they're long, they're tedious. The Leon's campaign has a hour-long boss fight with like 17 different stages. There is just so much, and it just keeps going and going, and all of the boss fights do. Boss fights are repeated too because you're playing campaigns from different perspectives, so odds are if you play one boss fight, you're probably going to have to play it again. And it's just so, aside from the final boss of each campaign, you only do that once, thankfully, but there are like so many repeated bosses that it's just not fun. There's no fun to be found in the gameplay. It's just a generic third-person action shooter. You are actively shooting people that have guns and are shooting at you. They morph into the monsters after they shoot at you. And I get it. They were trying to copy Call of Duty, because Resident Evil always sold better than other survival horror games. I get that, okay? But it just... It trades everything about the franchise. There's no puzzles. If there is a puzzle, it's go to this room, find item, come back, go to the next door. That's it. That's the equivalent of the puzzles. Leon's campaign has some of the most puzzles, and it's just looking for a code on a door. That's it. That's the puzzles in Resident Evil 6. That's the extent of the puzzles. It's either find an item or look for a code on a door. There is nothing. There is no survival horror. There is no horror whatsoever. It is just pure action slop. And there's nothing good about it. I don't know. I don't like being mean to this game because I love the Resident Evil franchise. It is my favorite franchise of all time. But just nothing about this game is redeemable. The gameplay is horrible. It's not scary. It's not Resident Evil. If you're making a Resident Evil game, it should be Resident Evil. You betrayed everything that made the franchise special in the first place. In order to, what, maximize sales for people that you were never going to win over anyway? It just doesn't make sense to me. And, yeah, I have so much more that I could say about this game, but I won't. I probably will. I just feel like all the important stuff has been said, that it's bad, it's written bad, it's not fun, it's not scary, it's not Resident Evil. It's Resident Evil in name and characters only. And even then, those characters do not feel like Resident Evil characters. I feel like this was an entirely different game that they just, like they had the script and everything, gameplay written out, and then they were just like, yeah, this isn't gonna sell, to slap Resident Evil on that and make the characters these characters. But that's what it feels like. Why is Ada a clone? Why is Leon not that? Why is everything happening? And don't even get me started on the fucking irony, huh? It's just so... It's so insulting, not only to fans of the series, but to just gamers in general, people who play games in general. It is the most AAA slop of any game I've ever played. There's been this clip going around Twitter that's like Focus M of AAA Mario. This is Resident Evil 6 is that clip personified. It is just it is horrible. And yeah, that's those are my thoughts on Resident Evil 6. That's my worst games of the year. Why is this still going? So yeah, that's my best and worst games of the year. Let me know. What was your favorite game you played this year? What was your least favorite game you played this year? If you're watching the stream right now, let me know. Or if you're watching this as a VOD and you somehow made it through the 2 hours and 30 minutes, let me know as well.